If you could douse yourself with this smell, I'd never leave you alone.
That is weird. Hey everyone, welcome to the Pastor Paul Update. This is my cooking show. Woo-hoo! And we welcome my beautiful and lovely and awesome wife, Ellie, here. We're gonna cook something for you that
Why are you buttering me up?
Oh, that's clever, see that? We're gonna cook something here for you that is a staple at our Thanksgiving dinner. And for those of you who try to cook for people who don't eat vegetables, this is the one dish that we actually find that people who don't like vegetables will eat.
Our 7-year-old eats it.
Our 7-year-old eats it, which is pretty amazing.
Yep.
All right, before we get to that, let me just say one announcement quickly here. November 19th at 7 p.m., we have our MAF movie that we're showing here in the Life Worship Center. It's gonna be awesome. It's at 7 o'clock, November 19th. More information's coming out about that soon, but we just wanna tell you about that before we get started here. All right. We ready?
I'm ready.
What are we making today?
We are making knockoff Texas Roadhouse green beans.
Yeah, so because we can't officially call them Texas Roadhouse green beans, we'll just call them Thanksgiving green beans.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. Okay, let me tell you your ingredient list here. First off, you're gonna need 2 cans of sliced green beans. I probably wouldn't use French cut because this thing is gonna simmer for a long time.
It'd get too mushy.
It'd get too mushy. You're gonna need some bacon. What you need exactly for the bacon is about 6 ounces. So however you wanna do that, you need 6 ounces of bacon. You need 3 tablespoons of butter or more, depending on how much butter you wanna add to your meal. You need a tablespoon of sugar. You need a teaspoon of pepper, and you need a 1/3 cup of chopped diced onion, and then you need 2 cups of water. Very simple meal here. We're gonna cook it up for you and show you how this works. Should we head back to the grill?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, here's the instructions on how to make our Thanksgiving green beans. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna cut up the bacon. So the first step is literally taking the bacon and cutting up. The great thing about this recipe, it serves probably, I'd say 2 cans of green beans, 4 people-ish.
4 to 6.
4 to 6.
Yeah.
It multiplies very simply. Most of the time we're making
4 cans.
4 cans, 6 cans, things like that.
Yep.
So you take your bacon, what I usually do is honestly I cut it up because you want to dice your bacon. And so you're gonna cook your bacon first. But first you cut it up, and then you probably want to find a big pot, because if you can just cook your bacon in the pot, then you don't have to worry about it. Now you're not going to cook your bacon completely. So if you remember, if you've ever been to Texas Roadhouse and you've seen their green beans, the bacon is not fully cooked. It's kind of mushy in there. I prefer mine a little bit more cooked than they have it. But what we're going to start off with is just cooking up the bacon. So you've diced it up and you cook it up, and this is such a good smell, don't you think?
Not yet. It's not my best smell yet.
It's not the greatest smell?
You have to wait. You have to wait for that. Don't steal my thunder.
So just remember that as you cook this up, we're not wanting it to get crispy, because in just a few minutes after you cook it for a while, we're gonna add the butter and we're gonna add the onions. So we're gonna come right back after we cook this up a little bit, and then we'll show you the next step.
So honey, it is the holiday season.
Yes.
It is upon us. Mm-hmm. What was your favorite thing that your mom made for Thanksgiving?
Oh, well, so I'll tell you my favorite thing here in just a minute. But I'll tell you my least favorite thing, and that's why we make these green beans. You remember the green bean casserole? And I apologize.
With the onions on top?
Yes. I apologize if I'm offending anybody and their Thanksgiving tradition. But that, you put green beans, and I think a can of cream of something
mushroom
soup.
Or yeah.
And then you have the French's, onions. I was not a big fan of that. I just
really?
Yeah.
We can't tell.
Yeah, right. So that was not my most favorite Thanksgiving dish. Let's see. What did I like the most? Probably pecan pie. I mean, I've just always liked pecan pie. Maybe we'll share that recipe at some point. Okay. But she always made good pecan pie. How about you?
My mother is a fantastic cook because we're from Wisconsin. So
Oh, does that just make you fantastic cooks?
it has to. We live in the land of butter.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
She made delicious cheesy potatoes, but her favorite thing, the best thing she made, is the stuffing that you butchered last time on your Pastor Paul update. So she's going to come back and she's going to redo that with you.
Is she?
Because she's very offended that you did so badly.
That was last year. Video many months ago, and I didn't do it exactly correctly. I learned quickly, and so yes.
All right, your bacon's getting crispy, babe.
Okay, it's getting pretty good here. Okay, so the bacon's almost fully done. What we want to do is we want to add the butter and the onions next. So we're going to cook all that together. Will you get that out of there for me? Alrighty, very good. So that's going to cook up. Your onions, like I said before, you just want them diced, and you can make them however small or big you want.
Now this, Paul, is my favorite smell.
Yes, it is.
If you could douse yourself with this smell, I'd never leave you alone.
That is weird.
Oh wait,
but we
what's
should
new,
come up,
right?
we should come up with like some kind of a cologne that is onion, bacon, butter cologne.
I would buy that for you.
That's a manly cologne. All right, so you're gonna let this cook up a little bit. You want those onions in there to get soft.
Just
Smells good, doesn't it? That is really one of the best smells on the face of the earth.
Can I just dump it on you?
It's too bad that the Jews in Jesus' day couldn't eat bacon.
It is too bad.
It really is. It's one of those things that I think that when we get to heaven, we're gonna be eating bacon.
Okay.
It's a heavenly food.
All right, next question.
Yes.
Do you feel like you eat more at Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I eat more definitely at Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, last question.
But we do a different thing at Thanksgiving, don't we? We're not just turkey people.
That's true.
What are we making this year at Thanksgiving?
Brisket.
Brisket. That's a Hennings McAllister tradition.
There we go.
All right, how are we looking here? Are they looking soft?
Not yet. They're not yet translucent. Do you want them translucent?
Yeah, that's a good word.
Next question.
Yes.
Holiday question.
Okay.
What were the rabbinical laws concerning walking at dusk?
What? Let's see. You could only walk a certain distance, and I think it was about
No idea. Did I get you?
400 meters.
I just pranked you.
You didn't know the answer?
I don't think there are.
There are rabbinical laws about how far you can walk.
At dusk?
Yes.
Oh.
This is why Jesus, it says in the night that he's betrayed, he's in the city, then he walks out to the Mount of Olives. He does that after the sun goes down. But there's only a certain distance you can walk. And so that's why he doesn't go much farther than that.
So what's the answer?
I don't know. Let's phone a rabbi.
Phone a friend.
All right, we're looking good here. So we got our bacon in there, our onions are in there, the butter's in there. So now we add the 2 cups of water. Now the recipe actually says you want to stir into the water the sugar. You're gonna take that tablespoon of sugar and stir it in there. It really doesn't matter. I mean, it dissolves so quickly. So we're gonna put this all together in here. You're gonna put your tablespoon of sugar and your pepper in there. We're gonna stir it up so it doesn't burn at the bottom. You want a little bit of sugar in here that adds just a little bit of that sweetness that you want. And then you're gonna bring this to a boil. So you wanna bring the 2 cups of water to a boil. It's gonna have your bacon and onion in there. And while that's coming to a boil, make sure we heat it up a little bit here. You're gonna get your 2 cans of green beans out. Now here's the key with this. You have to drain the green beans, okay? So don't put the water that's in the can of the green beans in the recipe. So you just want green beans, no water. So in this, so to be honest, we were hard pressed to find bacon. I don't know if it's a supply chain issue or what the deal is, but the bacon that we're using is pretty darn fatty, which at the end of the day, people eat this for the green beans, not necessarily just for the...
I eat it for the bacon.
Oh, you eat it for the bacon?
And the butter.
Okay. So what you're gonna do is once you bring this to a boil, you're gonna put your green beans in there. So we can go ahead and do that.
It's not boiling.
Well, they don't know that.
You see why he wrecked my mother's stuffing?
This is true, this happens. Okay, so we're gonna put our green beans in there. We're gonna stir it in. So your water's already at a boil, you put your green beans in there, and then basically what you do is you simmer. That's what you're gonna do. And the great thing about this recipe, and one of the reasons that I truly do love it, is you can do this the first thing in the morning of Thanksgiving.
And the smell.
And the smell just makes the house just smell like Thanksgiving all day. You're gonna let it simmer, at least let it simmer for a couple hours. So we're not talking like a steady boil simmer, we're, you know, in between. But I let it just pretty much simmer all day. So first thing I do in the morning is I get the beans going, and just sits on the back burner all Thanksgiving Day. And by the time we get to Thanksgiving dinner, which we usually eat what, around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, it's just so scrumptious. So this is basically the recipe for Thanksgiving green beans. I promise you, if you have somebody who doesn't eat vegetables in your house, they will eat these because they are so good. Any final comments you want to make about our green beans? We'll come back later in the day and test them out with staff, but
nothing about the green beans, just that we're fall. I love fall. I'm so happy that we're fall.
That's a good one. All right. We'll see you in just a bit for a taste test. All right, we've had the whole day to let the green beans simmer. This is the Thanksgiving green beans again, and I've got some taste testers here with me. Let's give it a shot.
It is good.
I do like bacon.
Yeah, bacon's good in there.
There's something sweet in there.
A little bit of sugar in there. I promise you, people who don't like vegetables,
They would like
this is a little bit like candy. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, if you want this at your Thanksgiving meal, check out the recipe from this video. That would be great. Also, we'd love to hear your Thanksgiving plans, and so you can check out the link in the description below. I would sure love to hear your favorite Thanksgiving meals. Send them my way, and I might have you on my show. So, how was it?
Great.
It's great. All right, y'all have a great day. God's blessings as you connect faith and life. That is the worst looking bacon.
It is. That's terrible
ever.
bacon.
We use just
We should
terrible-
probably say that. We should probably say the least fatty bacon.
Yeah, try to get
Yeah.
better than what we got going
Yeah.
on, bacon. Okay, are we rolling now? Yes. Okay.